Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered, where did I really come from? For decades, the story of human evolution seemed pretty straightforward. Our ancestors, Homo sapiens, emerged in Africa, spread out across the globe, and that was that. But what if I told you that story is missing some major plot twists? What if the key to unlocking our true tangled family tree was hidden not in dusty old bones, but deep within our own DNA? Get ready, because a recent discovery is completely rewriting the book on human evolution, and it suggests our past is far more complex and mysterious than we ever imagined. For a long time, the prevailing theory was the out-of-Africa model. It's a simple, elegant story. About 70,000 years ago, a small group of modern humans left Africa and went on to populate the rest of the world, replacing other archaic human species like the Neanderthals along the way. It made sense. The fossil record seemed to support it. But science, in its relentless pursuit of truth, has a funny way of complicating simple stories. The game changer was the ability to sequence ancient DNA. In 2010, scientists did the unthinkable. They successfully sequenced the entire Neanderthal genome from fragments of bone found in a Croatian cave. This was like finding a lost instruction manual for a species that vanished 40,000 years ago. And when they compared it to the DNA of modern humans, they found something astonishing. People of non-African descent today carry between 1 to 4% Neanderthal DNA. Let that sink in. This wasn't a replacement. It was a merger. Our ancestors met Neanderthals, and they didn't just compete for resources. They had children together. Suddenly, the clean lines of our family tree started to look more like a tangled web. Neanderthals weren't just some brutish evolutionary dead end. They are a part of us living on within our very cells. This discovery opened the floodgates, and scientists started looking for other ghosts in our genome. And they found them. Around the same time, in a cave in the Altai Mountains of Siberia called Denisova Cave, researchers found a tiny finger bone from a young girl. It didn't look like much, but the DNA it held was revolutionary. It didn't belong to a modern human, nor did it belong to a Neanderthal. It was a completely new, distinct lineage of archaic human. They were named the Denisovans. Here's where it gets even wilder. Just like with Neanderthals, scientists found traces of Denisovan DNA in modern humans. But the pattern was different. While Neanderthal DNA is widespread in Eurasians, Denisovan DNA is found primarily in populations in Southeast Asia and Oceania, especially in Melanesians, who can have up to 6% Denisovan DNA. This suggested our ancestors had multiple, distinct encounters with different archaic groups as they moved across the globe. But the story doesn't end there. The most recent mind-bending discovery is what we're here to talk about today. Scientists have now found evidence of yet another mystery ancestor, a ghost population, that we currently have no fossils for. We only know they existed because their unique genetic signature is present in the DNA of the Denisovans themselves. By analyzing the Denisovan genome from that Siberian cave, researchers found sections of DNA that were ancient and distinct, belonging to neither modern humans, Neanderthals, nor Denisovans. It was DNA from an even older, more mysterious group. Current estimates suggest this super-archaic hominin split from our own lineage around 1 to 2 million years ago. To put that in perspective, our split from Neanderthals and Denisovans happened only about 600,000 years ago. This group could have been something like Homo erectus, a very successful early human species that was the first to leave Africa. This means that the Denisovans, who we only discovered a decade ago, were themselves a hybrid species, carrying the genetic legacy of an even more ancient and unknown group. It's like finding a secret room in a hidden passage of a castle you never knew existed. So what does this all mean? It means the story of human evolution wasn't a simple march of progress with one species replacing another. It was a messy, dynamic, and interconnected world. Picture it. For tens of thousands of years, the planet was shared by multiple intelligent human species: Homo sapiens, Neanderthals, Denisovans, and this new mystery group, and likely others we haven't even found yet, were all walking the earth at the same time. They weren't isolated. They met, they interacted, they traded, and yes, they interbred. The clean branching tree of evolution we see in textbooks is wrong. A much better analogy is a braided stream. Multiple streams of humanity flowed in parallel, sometimes diverging, sometimes weaving back together, merging their waters before flowing on. We, modern humans, are the result of this great confluence. This has profound implications. For one, it challenges our very definition of human and of species. The old biological definition of a species is a group that can interbreed and produce fertile offspring. By that logic, were Neanderthals, Denisovans, and Homo sapiens all just subspecies of one larger, more diverse human family? The evidence is pointing in that direction. Secondly, these genetic contributions from our ancient cousins weren't just trivial. Some of the Neanderthal DNA we carry is linked to our immune system, helping our ancestors adapt to new diseases they encountered outside of Africa. Some Denisovan genes, found in modern Tibetans, are linked to high-altitude adaptation, allowing them to thrive in low-oxygen environments. It seems our ancestors' willingness to mingle gave us a crucial toolkit for survival. We are, in a very real sense, a hybrid species, and our hybrid nature may be the secret to our success. So, the next time you think about your ancestry, don't just think about the last few hundred or even thousand years. Your personal history goes back hundreds of thousands of years. Written in the code of your DNA, you are a living library of human history, carrying the echoes of encounters on the vast plains of Eurasia, in the mountains of Siberia, and in forests we can only imagine. You carry the legacy of the Neanderthals, the Denisovans, and now, we know, of an even more ancient ghost lineage that we are only just beginning to understand. The search is now on to find fossil evidence of this super-archaic group. Who were they? Where did they live? What other secrets are hiding in plain sight within our own genetic code? The story of humanity is far from over. In fact, it feels like we've only just read the first chapter. And as our technology gets better, who knows what other ghosts we'll find hiding in our DNA? Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into our deep past. If this blew your mind as much as it did mine, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into science and history. What do you think about this discovery? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay curious